And joining us now is Professor Madhav Nalapat, Editorial Director of the Sunday Guardian. Professor Nalapat, what do you make of this news coming in from Prayagraj?
Well, first of all, we have to offer prayers for those who have departed. And secondly, the whole incident shows the importance of obeying the rules that are set and the guidelines that are set for management of such huge events in which literally hundreds of millions of people participate. Even if there are tens of thousands, it's a massive affair. It's a crowd. And here we're talking of hundreds of millions. It's very important that everyone have the self-discipline to go strictly by what is being advised to them, follow the rules, because if you go against that, we have a problem. And let's be honest, we have a problem in this country. Let's face it. You look at traffic, for example. You look at the way red lights are crossed with abandon. Look at the way lanes are basically crossed, or speed limits are basically broken with abandon. There are myriad ways in which, frankly, rules and regulations are thrown in the dust, held in contempt by too many citizens. Let's not forget, this is not a colonial era anymore. We are run by a democratic government, elected by free people, and it's very different from being run by a colonial government. So we have to understand the importance of following correct protocols. And where the police and authorities are concerned, they have an immense duty on their hands. They know what is needed to be done to protect public safety. And the good news is that there are medical facilities available, ambulances, hospital beds kept ready for this kind of contingency. But the importance is to avoid them. And one way of avoiding them would be to ensure that the rules are strictly followed. And unless this is done, this kind of tragedy happens. I'm not going to put the blame on anybody. It is a question of enthusiasm. It's a question of basically a hunger for spiritual upliftment. So I'm not going to find fault with any individual, but I just want to point out that this illustrates once again that we have to be a nation that respects the law. Look at the way we in India, or we from India, behave in countries like Singapore or the UAE. Perfect order, perfect symmetry, absolutely without any complaint to the local authorities whatsoever. And somehow, some of the same people, when they come to India, they spit all over the place, they break traffic rules. It's a terrifying situation. And part of the reason why our cities are in such bad shape is this complete lack of concern for the rules of the game, including, if I may add, the rules regarding environment, where you have people who are building on land that they should not be building on, and other matters. So I think it's very important. This underlines the importance of having proper regulations in place. And once the regulations are in place that are proper and that are fair, they should be widely advertised, as was done in this particular instance, by the way, and by the UK authorities. And they should be obeyed. A good citizen, a good human being, needs to be a good citizen to everyone around him, to everybody. And the only way that can be done is to ensure a certain amount of self-discipline. I'm very sad it happened. It's a terribly tragic event. It's impossible to describe in words the tragedy that has come. And I only want to say, please, go by the rules, go by the regulations.
Yes.
free country, and that is what makes us a good, very successful country.
Professor Nalapat, thank you for joining us with your perspective on this big story.